Oh, Dazarin, what time is it?
It's time to go to work, Stacks. That's absolutely right. We are here at the Verizon Skybox with version 1 against the General NRG. This is going to be a good series.
It is our first of two semifinals here. Version 1, a team that has absolutely run the gauntlet in the early stages of this season. Now, they finally get another shot at NRG, a shot at redemption as we kick off game 1 in our best of 7 semi, and Torment called into action very early on, making the initial save.
Already a hot start. You see Justin putting on a quick shot. NRG are going to want to get some control in very early because you know as well as I do, Version 1's been playing a lot of Rocket League over the course of this North American Open, and they are more than warmed up.
Version 1 has not only played more matches than anybody so far, they've also played just more Rocket League, period. They've played 22 overtimes, going back to the invitational qualifier. Let you know how they've done in those OTs if we get there. Gimmick, given all the time in the world. Uncharacteristic to see anybody given that much time by NRG, but it happened there and he didn't do a whole lot with it. NRG regains and looking to get back on the offensive end after a brief jaunt into the zone by Version 1.
Yeah, that space game is going to be huge. Everybody on the field, when they give enough time in the air, I mean, they just look so dangerous on the attack. That's a good pass into a great shot, and Gimmick's going to score the first goal of the series.
Gimmick 4 out of 20 yesterday in the quarterfinals. Strikes true on his opening shot. And a big one for Version 1. Just over a minute gone by here, Daz, and NRG just looking a little slow coming out of the gates in the opener.
Yeah, V1, that team play is still very present. You saw Tom with that back pass earlier, Tom to Torment, Torment to Gimmick. Like those types of plays and that level of control is exactly what Version 1 need if they're going to compete with NRG here.
It's squishy now. Right out to Garrett G. Just about put it on a dime, but shot's going to be wide. Gimmick trying to control. Torment called into action again. Justin won that challenge. Tom way up the ladder and didn't get that cleanly. Made a nice recovery to follow that play up, but Garrett G was there as well. Now Squishy center, but nobody else there. And more possession now for Version 1. Great pass over to Gimmick, and Squishy shuts the door.
And you saw Torment get involved there as well, just trying to get that bump on the last defender. Still, these set plays from Version 1, NRG has to cut out that time in the midfield because they are creating opportunities.
Tom, big blast, well high. And now Justin, quick counterattack, has Garrett G in center. Open net, and we're tied.
There it is, the counterattack coming in from NRG. You see Justin taking his time on the back wall. That rush to challenge just doesn't pay off because Garrett G has an open net after the pass.
NRG always gets there in the end. Halfway mark of game 1. We're right back where we started. Tom and Gimmick run into each other on the sheet up on the kickoff. And it's Justin over 1, but no support behind him. Now Calm. Oh, he doesn't have the flip reset. Looking for similar heroics from yesterday in Game 7. And that, of course, Dazarin, that goal in Game 7 had to be so huge. Obviously, yes, it wins the series. It gets them here. Garrett G got by Calm this time, and NRG has turned this game on its head.
And of course, it's Garrett G gets enough time, enough space, and still that slow play. He waits, sees a lane, and then activates the dodge. NRG with the lead.
Well, for all the heroics from Calm yesterday, Garrett beating him there might undo a lot of it. Calm. Oh, needed one more. Didn't quite have it. Torment to set up. Gimmick to tie. That's set away by Garrett G. So Version 1 now has to play from behind after getting that early goal. They looked so good in the first minute and a half. Ever since, it's been all NRG.
Oh, man. All NRG. And sometimes it is just a little bit of Garrett getting in, too. That's a bad touch. And Garrett coming in big to stop Com from scoring on an open net. Version1, though, still looks like they have a play here set. You have to be careful if you are NRG. They have a 1-goal lead right now, but there's still plenty of time left in game.
Amazing how effortless Justin makes it look as he glides through the air. He's got a full tank of boost on the opposite side now and found a way to get to that ball as well. Garrett G from the slot. Nobody to pass to, and Gimmick has a booming clear away. NRG will invite this. They still hold that 1-goal lead.
Oh!
2 strikes out of Garrett and 1 from Justin for good measure.
Justin's getting active. This is what you love to see. Squishy with the pass. Justin gives Torment no time as he slots it into the top left corner.
Torment has had to defend against these players many, many times in his career. And even after all that, sometimes you just can't react in time. Sometimes the offense is just better. It was that time. Squishy cut out by his former teammate in Gimmick. Trying to drop one down to Calm. Has Torment getting bumped at midfield by Garrett. That forces him back as Justin will let this drop. He'll settle for boost. And NRG trying to put a stranglehold here on game 1 and close it out in the final minute.
Oh, look at the speed. Garrett.
Oh, my.
He does it all himself. Look at Garrett go.
This is incredible. I mean, Garrett has been a human highlight reel all throughout this regional. Go back to Friday. The vicious, absolutely vicious flip reset dunk that he had. I believe it was against True Neutral. And now here, another one for the real. 4-1 as NRG has firmly put game 1 under their control.
It looked a little rough at the start, Stacks. You saw Version1. Again, those team plays were looking really well. They had solid control of the ball, but NRG just initiated all of these different solo plays that they had. They start scoring, and then you can see what happens when you keep feeding a hot hand like Garrett G. Hat trick for him as we are looking like a very one-sided game 1 here for NRG.
What might be the best professional Rocket League player in North America has a hat trick in game 1. Garrett G leads the general NRG to a game 1 dub.
This is going to set the tone for the series. It absolutely is. 9 shots coming out from NRG in the opener here as well. Although Version1, they have the control and they have that team play that you really want to see from them. They have to keep it consistent. They're losing a lot of space in the midfield. And what happens is, too, NRG just completely turned up the gas in the second half of that game. Just so much faster than Version1 on a lot of those plays. It's something that we got to see an adaptation to.
They let Garrett G run absolutely free through most of this game. 6 shots, 3 for 6 on a weekend where he started what? I think he had only 4 goals all throughout the quarterfinal round yesterday. Of course, a little bit different yesterday. They had all those overtimes, all 6 games with G2 go to OT for NRG, and they find a way to prevail.
Right. And for me, too, looking at NRG, of course, they are going to want to avoid those overtimes because it just didn't serve them well at all. On the other side of things, overtime has been looking amazing for Version1. They've been doing so well over the course of this North American Open.
Yeah, Version1 in overtime, we alluded to it earlier. They've played 22 overtimes. They're 18-4 in those OTs. That is insane. And in fact, Version1 has won their last 9 overtimes going back to earlier in the weekend. Of course, we count the invitational qualifier with all those overtimes just to illustrate the point that, yeah, V1 has played a ton of Rocket League as part of this whole process. The invitational qualifier, closed qualifiers a week ago, and of course the Swiss rounds on Friday and the 2 quarterfinals that went to overtime yesterday. They won both of those against XSET in that classic 7-gamer. And
seeing a player like, Calm, you had said it earlier, really try to get that kind of momentum boost coming back in. You're going to want to see him get more involved on the offensive side of things, see what happens when he does have time in those solo plays. That was also a big bane for NRG in the qualifying rounds, even into the Swiss round, coming into the North American Open. But right now, neutral playing ground as Version1 are looking to tie up the series.
Gimmick with time to control, trying to get around Squishy. He did, but there's the defense of NRG. Tandem as it was, now it's Torment. With Gimmick waiting for a pass. Will the pass ever get there? No. Squishy dribbles right around him. A lot of familiarity there, of course. Now Calm has Torment across. It'll be on Justin to defend as Torment up high, down hard but wide, and Gimmick's follow-up denied by Justin as well. Justin putting in the work defensively, now trying to get it done on the other side, but Torment's there first.
And Torment has been stepping up into this North American Open. He's been filling a role that I don't think Version1 knew. That being said, they gotta watch out. Justin almost put in a highlight clip of his own, but it does go off the side. They're gonna try again the back pass, getting Justin space in the air, trying to do it all, but Gimmick has a good read on him.
Or if NRG turns this game into target practice as well, it's gonna be a long series for Version1. It'll feel like a short series for NRG. Justin, oh, it's just free play. Played it around the corner. Gimmick just got a piece for his third save. 3 saves in half a game. NRG has all 5 shots of the game. Finally, V1 might break the zone with that bump by Torment. Trying to center for Gimmick, and instead it goes right to Garrett G. No pace behind that pass at all, and NRG has more offense.
Yeah, a little bit more possession, and they've been keeping that consistent possession. It hasn't alluded to any goals just yet. Version1 haven't gotten a shot on the board this game. It's mainly been Justin, who's sitting at 4 right now, looking for his 5th. It won't go through. It'll be cleared out by the defense. Version1 a wall at the goal line.
Garrett G's 6 shots in the opener. Justin has 5 out of 7 for NRG. Squishy double pushed it well wide, but it still works out, even when the shot's not on. Who gets to it first? NRG. Finally, Squishy all the way back. Another reset. Did not get that back corner boost. Calm gets it on his way through, but that leaves Torment all alone at the back, and he made the stop. Juicy rebound, though, for Justin. Wide turn saved by Gimmick. Version1 having to put in extra work here just to keep this game scoreless. They've had no semblance of offense at all.
Yeah, they just seem trapped at this point. We finally see them with a space in the air, but even then, they don't hold on to the possession. The back passes. This is the second time we've seen one like this. And now Squishy just gets time to work up front. Justin won't be able to work around it, but still, they just come right back into V1 territory. And then the boost game, you have to keep an eye on those meters because V1 sometimes isn't working with a lot, but they're still able to keep this scoreless.
Torment trying to leave that one for Calm. And again, nothing towards the NRG net until now. Calm a little high and cleared away by Garrett. Kept in by Torment, but that's all he can do. Calm will try his luck now. Trying to get around Squishy, and that never gets near the mark either. Again, all 11 shots of this game belong to the general NRG. Justin, even more possession. It's been incredible watching just the back passes go back into the NRG zone as well. They're not desperate to score here. They're just going to wait them out.
Yeah. Normally, I would have expected NRG to try to pull out Version1, play a counterattack, but they are perfectly comfortable with just keeping this ball at their own end and trying to work around them, pulling them out with solo plays or anything that they can think of. That being said, Version1 has been set all game long, and it looks like we may even be headed into overtime.
Imagine if Version1 gets 1 shot and it comes in overtime. Backboard. Calm, just pop it away. Got to be desperate just to get this to OT. V1 will down it, and they've gone all 5 minutes without a single shot on net, but they have not let NRG through. And now Torment cheating up on the kickoff, trying to force one through. He can't, but Calm got that midfield boost and the ball. That's for Gimmick. Sailed it high, and there's no follow-up.
It gets a demo there. Still doesn't count as a shot. Just needs to let that be noted. But that being said, this is different. Version1 coming in with a lot of energy here in the overtime. They're trying to keep this ball on NRG's half. They have to deal with some of these clears, and they're trying to keep up with the speed as well. It's a lot to manage. They've been doing okay so far, but again, that offense has not been present.
NRG's patience has been tested here. A lot of those 11 shots are actually pretty darn good. And still, V1's defense, especially Gimmick, cut him out every time. Calm couldn't get this ball central, so it's on Gimmick at the back. He and Torment go their separate ways. Squishy taken out by Calm, and a chance now for Version 1 to get their first shot. It'll come from Torment, and Garrett G went out to meet him early.
Good top there. NRG don't even want to let Version 1 take a chance at the net. Just stopping things before they get in front of the goal line, pick it back up in midfield, and play the 50 game out. That's been their MO, and it gives them the possession, but I wonder how much more gas is in the tank of the General NRG. They've been putting on all these shots, but still, to be as unsuccessful is very out of the ordinary.
NRG officially does not have a shot on goal in this overtime, but I don't think I've ever seen this, Daz. It's almost 7 minutes, no shots, and you're still in it.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Version 1 have been doing okay on their own half. That's fine. It's just when they get past that midfield line, things start to slow up. And now we're seeing a couple of mistakes, double commit come out there. Gimmick will try to play the 50 out. They just have to create more opportunities, maybe even get a little bit physical. We haven't seen too many demos in that upper third from them. Normally they come in at the midfield line, but Cobb gets the first shot for V1 there.
It took almost 7 minutes. And that kind of lighthearted effort towards the net as it was stopped well early by NRG. It's the first official shot on goal for Version 1 in Game 2. After they dropped the opener 4-1. Garrett G with the hat trick, Justin with a playmaker. NRG's offense has been silenced by Version 1 this time around. Torment launched towards the net. That's the second shot. Third one from Gimmick is blocked up in the air. Here's Calm trying to play hero. Boy, he needs another one of those to go. Torment stuffed by Justin, and V1's got to scramble back now as here comes NRG, only for a moment. Everybody backs off, and Calm will have it.
Yeah, there's a little miscommunication there. You saw Calm bumping Gimmick. Gimmick just has to reset, try to find his place back here, give Torment some time. Torment doesn't get the flip reset there, but it is a chance, and Gimmick will pop it up. But this goes right back to Squishy, and then it comes to that possession battle, back and forth. But who is doing what with the ball? Torment's been trying to create some chances, but again, when it comes to that second, third man rotation, they have to be a little bit more on target with their placement.
Calm launching himself out there, got the ground pinch right at Squishy, tried to take him out on his way by, but Squishy got past him. Now Garrett G looking to pop one in front for Justin, charging in, never got there. Torment stands strong. That goes off of Calm and Torment, and another shot on, saved by Garrett G. It's amazing that anybody from NRG has a savior medal, but yes, Garrett G has 3 out of the 4 saves for NRG. And now Torment will just try to play the possession game. He let that get away. That could be a fatal error. Justin shot off the corner.
And that, I gotta say, that's the best chance we've seen in like the last 4 minutes or so. And it's still not enough to end this game. We're still going, Stacks.
NRG's got to be wondering, what do we got to do to put these guys away in Game 2? They've done everything. 13 shots. They have been outshot in this overtime, a mere 4-2. Make it 5 as Calm has that pinball around, and that stays out. DFH Stadium will not let go.
Yeah, really, all of these shots going off that corner post, and I just cannot believe it. I can't believe we're still in game at this point. Both teams have had quality opportunities now, and it's really just about who can outshoot the other. And so far, it's just been a complete stalemate.
This has been a shootout that nobody has actually found the mark. Bunch of stormtroopers out there. Calm now. Gonna try his luck. He's got Gimmick well behind him. Torment up the ladder as well. Now it's Gimmick's turn to come in. Torment flip reset did not connect. Calm has everything to shoot at, and Justin ranges across for the save.
That was a perfect chance. Wait, Calm's going for a bump. Torment might have a shot. No, Garrett G recovers. This is solid pressure from Version 1. It's just every time somebody is just slightly out of place. Gimmick had a chance there out in front of the goal line, but he got bumped at the last second, and then you saw someone else try to pick things up and salvage the play. That really felt like the drive where Version 1 should have closed out the game.
A brief role reversal. And now Torment, he had to get there. Garrett G nearly beat him for an open net. And now Gimmick gets a piece of this as well. Torment downfield. They've got a numbers advantage, and Garrett G will calmly guide this to the corner out of harm's way. His 7th save. He has 7 out of 10.
Justin!
And now Justin gets it on the double. NRG survives a marathon with version 1.
When you see Justin go up with the read on the double, you gotta make contact on the back wall. Gimmick pays the ultimate price, and at almost 6 minutes of overtime, we finally get a goal in game 2, and it's for the General NRG.
And I wonder if I'm version 1 right now, if I don't take a timeout after another overtime. This is the first in 10 OTs that version 1 has lost. It is just remarkable to go that long without a single shot on goal, Daz. And then you see how lopsided the numbers are in the end. Justin on his 9th shot finally breaks the deadlock.
I love this. This is like crossbar highlight at this point. Looking at all those chances.
Got to work out.
Yeah, you could honestly make a montage of all of the near misses on that play. That being said, it was really well fought for version 1. I can understand why they wouldn't want to take a timeout, just simply because of how close that game was. They held out on defense, and then when overtime happened, they started to find a semblance of offense going on. I think now they're really warmed up and ready to go against, NRG. It's just about, keeping that speed, keeping that pace of play. I think they're locked in, and this is going to be a very important game 3 for them.
Add that to the previous 34 plus minutes of overtime that version 1 has had to endure going back to the invitational qualifier. What else do they have in store? Let's find out. We go to game 3 now. DFH Stadium has finally let us go. And we move on now with Calm, looking for a reversal of fortune here for version 1. Oh, big drive here from Calm. Got Torment running interference in front. Gimmick now a drive. That stays out as well.
What?
And version 1 still somehow do not break through. NRG's defense picking up where they left off last game.
Yeah, I feel like that one was specifically out of version 1's playbook, though. You saw everybody in the net there and everyone getting involved on that save. But got to watch out NRG on the counter. Calm gets there quickly as Justin did open up a lane. Maybe another chance. Justin again scores for NRG.
He's too good. I'm talking about Garrett G here. Right place, right time. Always seems to happen, and he places it right on Justin's hood. Justin's got his 3rd goal of the series. First helper for Garrett. And in the first minute, NRG does what they could not do in about 11 minutes of game 2, and then Gimmick gets it right back on the kickoff.
Hey, NRG have done a lot of things, but this one's the first. Giving up a kickoff goal here to V1. Gimmick just there faster. Good cheat, and sometimes you got to be locked in even on these kickoffs, because now we're back tied up. Version 1 still in this game.
That's an incredibly important answer for version 1. Just with all the momentum on the side of NRG. Got Torment downfield, but Calm lost possession. Squishy to Justin, feed the hot hand. Shot goes high this time. Garrett was demolished behind the play. Could not recover. Torment misses on the near side. Just cut it a little too fine. Here goes Justin back the other way. Couldn't get under it for the flip reset. And V1 like their lucky stars. Here comes Torment looking for Gimmick, and Garrett G just cut him right off.
Whoa. Strange play there. Squishy running off the ceiling.
Had it all the way.
This one is starting to slow down just a little bit. Both teams really trying to feel each other out. I would be really surprised to see exactly what happens if, we start seeing Calm go on that solo play tear a little bit more. As I can tell, V1, the way they're looking, they want to add additional pressure when they have that ball on NRG's half.
V1 has let that ball get dangerously close to their own net, especially in game 2, many times. NRG couldn't put it away until, again, that lengthy overtime reached its conclusion. Here goes Torment. His shot, far corner, Squishy, found a way to get over there. And now Garrett G just launch it downfield. Everybody's got time to get boosted up, and they do for NRG. And that means Justin can do Justin things. Garrett behind him, but it's Gimmick. A clean win, only as far as Squishy. Torment has Calm, and the pass just a little off the mark.
That's been a trend for version 1. Usually, sometimes those pass plays don't necessarily connect, but when they do, they look really strong. Keep an eye out for Torment. When Torment takes those shots, he's usually placing them far corner. This time, he gets a solo play chance. Justin has a solid read on it, and he needed to with the double demo. Still pressure here for V1, but it's going to be 50 out to the sidewall.
Justin just comes up from out of nowhere underneath and goes, hey, let me take that from you for a moment. Here goes Squishy. Pile drives it down, and Justin couldn't quite get there in time. Still got it in front. Garrett thought about it. Wisely comes back. Maybe called into action, but Combs pushed it wide. And now V1 trying to set up that offense similar to how NRG did. It's a fake, and Gimmick shot is sent away by Squishy. Calm over to Gimmick. Chance again, and that's high. Calm to follow, and again, the defense of NRG, Daz. Too strong for V1 early.
Yeah, and you can see that's a very ambitious challenge there for Calm to go for the ball. He doesn't have the boost at all. He's really, when I say like these guys are locked in, I mean, he's going up for stuff that he can't even get to. He ends up falling on the crossbar, can't make a play on that at all. And that just shows you how fast these guys want to play to keep up with NRG. They're trying to outpace them on some of their offensive drives. Just get to the ball first has been the name of the game. But for Calm, sometimes you just got to do it all yourself. Solo play goal.
Maybe the closer is back. Flip, reset, just drills this right by the defense. Version 1 has a rare lead in this series.
And can they hold it? We got a minute, 10 seconds left. It's going to be, I mean, with their defense, this game should be over, Stacks.
Is that a caster's curse, I hear? Squishy, near side. Oh, it pinballs off of Gimmick, and that forces Calm to make a desperation leap. And now Gimmick and Torment up. It's Gimmick that makes the stop. Version 1 is scrambling right now. Not quite panicking, but pretty darn close. Torment's got to get this out of the zone. Little help from Calm. That's a big relief for V1 fans. They don't succumb to the pressure. Gimmick now had that to the back wall. Torment thought about it. He backs off. Version 1 maybe into the shell a little bit here, as Garrett G will have a outlet to Squishy. "20 seconds. Version 1 closing in on their first win in this semifinal. After game 1 got away from them, and then they lost a heartbreaker in game 2 and a lengthy overtime. Loose in front. Squishy goes by Torment, and we're tied.
When you see Squishy jumping up for this, you just know, okay, something's coming. It's a slow ball. He doesn't have that much boost, but he uses it all to slot it under the defense. And we look like we're overtime bound. NRG with a tying goal.
With that goal, Squishy becomes the last member of NRG to score a goal. Torment still yet to get one in the net. His defense has been key, though, to keeping this manageable for Version 1. Second consecutive overtime. Again, the astronomical record, 18-5 now in OT for Version 1. Gotta get one here, and Garrett G comes to the rescue.
Right on the line again. NRG able to slow things down, get some control, get a clear out, but Version 1 still moving upfield. A good touch from Gimmick. He tried to get a bump on Garrett there, but the captain still gets another touch up. This one, Version 1 has to come away with this, Stacks. It's too important.
Squishy for Garrett G. Justin thought about it. Torment right down the middle. Calm directs that back to Torment on the side. Gimmick waiting. The pass never gets there after that big booming clear by Justin and Squishy. Everybody has to reset. It's Squishy now. Gonna try to take this himself. Threatened the flip reset. Version 1 had to be on their toes. They were. Now it's Garrett G. Can he play hero? Torment says no.
Ooh. I'm just watching for any break in rotation, because once you see that, you see someone able to take into the air, just like we're seeing now with Gimmick. The question is, how impactful is that, and who would you want to leave the ball to? It's looking like Calm and Torment so far for Version 1. They've been stellar in bringing that ball upfield and putting it in dangerous situations.
Garrett G to the corner, and it's all Calm. That last overtime, by the way, I believe longer than all of the 6 overtimes combined for NRG yesterday against G2. Remember, all 6 of those games went to sudden death. Garrett G around the corner. Gimmick's there to meet him. Calm to try and keep this central. but Torment cannot come quite to the front. Had to stay back in case Squishy tried to go over his head. Justin out of the corner has Garrett G. He peels off, and it goes right back to NRG's half.
Look how far back Garrett is as well. For at least this last minute or so, NRG have been playing very defensively. They give up the midfield because when version 1 touches the ball, there's usually a pre-jump coming in to slowly cut off those solo plays. Hugely necessary because then NRG can immediately launch a counterattack. They've just been waiting for their moment.
Gimmick. Not his moment yet. Squishy out of the corner. Calm hesitated. Now he comes up, but he had to avoid Garrett coming through. So it's Gimmick that makes the stop on Squishy. Now Justin. Maybe looking for Garrett. Rotation for NRG. Garrett bulldozes through, took Torment out, but he didn't take him off the field. Gimmick should have this. Got it through Squishy, but it's Garrett G over to Justin. They switch fields, and Justin couldn't get that back on net. Now it's Torment on the counter, looking for Gimmick. The ideas are there for version 1. The execution not quite as crisp as it needs to be to beat the juggernaut that is NRG. They've let Justin have this, and Torment swats it back to the NRG half and then wins it in overtime with his first of the series.
That's Torment with the ice. Doesn't give Justin time at all and challenges Garrett to get a backboard read and makes him pay for it. Huge goal for Torment as it brings version 1 to their first win of the series, and it shows that they can still clutch up.
Torment, the former world championship MVP with a flair for the dramatic. Everybody shoots, everybody scores for version 1. And that could not come at a better time. It gets them back within 1 in this series as we head to game 4.
Yeah, I think that version 1, again, this was really big for them. They go down in the series to NRG and play for match point there. I just don't see them reverse sweeping that. But now with that win, I think that this is going to give them a lot of life. They've obviously been doing really well on offense. Some of their drives have been great. Everybody got involved in that last game scoring-wise, so the shot placement is very confident from them. They just have to keep things working. But for the general NRG, that last game, it really ends from them because they decide to slow things down, and they think that version 1 will let them play slow. They absolutely did not. They demanded dominance there in that game. They demanded them to play at a certain amount of speed, and it worked out well for them.
For V1, drawing where they did in the bracket had to be just their absolute worst nightmare. It was Calm who had tweeted out on Sunday during their closed qualifier run. They're expecting NRG to miraculously show up in that qualifier just to knock them out of it. They did not want to run into this team then. Of course, they couldn't. NRG had already punched their ticket in. But that's the kind of vibe that V1 was feeling. They were waiting for things to go wrong. And more often than not, they were. Things did turn around for version 1. And now they're trying to turn it around here in this semifinal. Not out of it by any means, especially after getting one back after another fairly lengthy overtime. How about Justin, though, trying to dance through? Shut down by the defense of version 1. The V1 has not cleared the zone. NRG still on the attack as Squishy lobs one back in. Oh, and he almost got the dunk on Torment. Well read, though, and Calm can't clear as Justin had all the forward momentum. Gimmick's going to let this go to Torment. A very dangerous play. And again, NRG just buzzing all around the V1 net.
They're doing their best to try to work around version 1, but whenever they're all set on D, there's just no way that they initially get past them without being more creative. And that's why you see Justin going for those specific types of carries. This is going to be an interesting level of play here at game 4. I just want to see how NRG adapts after that first loss on Manfield.
Oh, that's a brilliant ball by Torment to hit Calm, but the shot sailed high. Torment gonna have to do it himself, and he does.
Oh, that's top left, Tommy. Great goal here for Torment. You see Garrett G going with the clear, but again, Gimmick not giving any time. Torment with full faith in the teammate, and he bangs that goal.
72% goal participation, almost 73 yesterday in the quarterfinals. 2 goals, 2 assists now for Torment. Centerpiece of everything that V1 wants to accomplish. Torment now to the back wall. This will angle down. Garrett's got the read. But you're seeing now the confidence from version 1. They're up a little sooner now. They're pressing forward a little bit more. not hesitant against this quick fire NRG offense. And that almost found its way through. Torment feeling some kind of way right now.
He looks scary. He really does. And I'm telling you, if Torment starts playing at the level that we don't expect to see from him, I mean, look, he's cutting Gimmick off a rotation. Just let Torment have the ball, Version1. It's going to work out well for you.
Well, Gimmick, as a result, had to scramble back, and he just got back in the nick of time. And then Calm makes the save, too. Gimmick had the upper angle covered. So V1 looked like they were in danger there, but they had it. Now Squishy for Garrett G. All the way across. Timing not quite there. Now Gimmick will take over. We're seeing so many of these shots, Daz. Those shots that sail well high out of Version1. We've seen it from NRG as well. Just the adrenaline flowing a little bit. Not getting over the ball as much as they'd like. Here goes Calm. You know, he's just waiting to come unglued here. This is pitched downfield. Dangerous for Gimmick. He can't catch up. And Squishy's credited with a physics bomb from the general.
Well, you know, sometimes you just get scored on by a pinch. That's actually crazy. NRG just come together, and Gimmick just was not expecting that speed at all. What a clear.
Teamwork makes the dream work. And we're all squared again. Justin, beaten by Gimmick, but Garrett G is right there. He's going to serve it up volleyball style for Squishy, who just got there first. Another dangerous ball to the middle, but Calm was right there for it. Version1 looking to get that goal right back. Torment, hard center, and Garrett G read it all the way. Torment will try to do it himself again, and Justin cuts him off and should have a big power clear. And it finds Garrett G for another double stuff by Torment.
That is just so wild to me that when you see these players, every single player on this NRG squad go up for the ball and it looks like it's sailing backboard, you have to defend that. That is just necessary for you to watch out defensively because there's a strong percentage chance that's going in your net. These are superstars on the field right now on both sides, and it's just so fun watching them play.
As is so often the case, once you get to this stage in a regional, and it's going to be the case all throughout this season, any one of these teams could take down this tournament. Justin went for that full boost. That delayed him for a split second. It was enough for V1 to not allow a free ball into the zone. Garrett G now with Justin lurking on the opposite end. He's on his way back. Took both boost pads, so he's got plenty in the tank. He's also got to contend with Calm sitting in his net, and Justin will come out to skyline up. Lands on the backboard, of course, and still finds a way to control this. He just makes it look so easy. Squishy, bank off the ceiling and powered away by Calm.
I like what's going on field.
Oh, they caught Gimmick lurking in the top corner. Garrett G. Gimmick had no idea this was coming.
I didn't have any idea it was coming either. Garrett just pulls up and takes the shot top right slot. And just like that, NRG are looking to put this one on match point. 36 seconds left, and Garrett just turns up out of nowhere.
Wow. This is why V1 hates surprises. Torment alone at the back against Justin, and he made the stop. Gimmick taken out, though, and Torment still finds a way to get this at least to the center line. 15 seconds left before NRG gets to within one win of yet another final in our regional, and Garrett G puts it on ice.
After that last goal, Garrett is just unleashed. And this one, yeah, like you said, that's the finisher there. Clean double for Garrett G. 3-1 as Garrett G solely just closes this game out. Unbelievable.
That is a closer, and he's done it his entire career. The last remaining original king of Urban. And another one from Justin. Why not?
What is this play? Up the ceiling, gets the dodge, and then just leaves it all for Justin. They got to take one more. Just load up the highlight reel. NRG, they're coming out with a tape soon.
Good grief. So ultimately, game 4 looks like game 1. If you come back and look at this tomorrow, you go, oh, Yeah, NRG blew them out in game 4. We got it. No, this game was a lot closer than that final scoreline indicates. But then you look at the shots, everybody had a field day, and those shot totals look eerily similar to game number 1.
They do. They absolutely do. I think, you know, the biggest thing is this game all the way down until we hit the 36-second mark was honestly anyone's ball game. And we saw plays like the one you see there from Torment, which were so close from version 1. And then afterwards, once Garrett started scoring, he just doesn't stop. And it will look very odd if someone's just looking at it up later on in whatever stat page they go to. But version 1 definitely had a hand in that fight. Now they're put in a very tough situation because they're going to have to win the next 3 straight. And again, no matter what, if they do win that, then they go to a game 7 situation. And, you know, V1 fans are very familiar with this one. I mean, their backs really against the wall here.
It almost makes me wonder why we even bothered with these first 5 games, because it is version 1. I mean, they would go to 7 games with a team of casters. They would go to 7 games in theory with a team like NRG or Vitality or BDS, whomever. We'll see if they can do it here. Wasteland, the backdrop for game 5. Must win for V1 to stay alive here in their first semifinal of the day.
You're putting a lot of respect on the casters. I'll give you that much. Justin,
we send Corelli.
Justin able to pick up 1 here. Misread from Torment. Just doesn't get that clear. And then it's Justin with a free shot. He's going to score that every time.
Things not looking good at all now for V1. 6 seconds in, NRG getting their earliest goal of this series. And it could be real dangerous now. Squishy had a little interference from Garrett G, threatening the redirect as well. Gimmick now trying to go over top. No, that's left though for Calm, and he slots it in.
Oh my goodness, we got to look at Gimmick on this play, because when he goes up for the carry, he's going up, but he also boosts slightly forward just to push Garrett G in an awkward spot. Drops the ball down perfectly for Calm. Open net situation. You could tell NRG was not expecting that carry.
Important for V1 to get that one back and not spend the entire game chasing a deficit. Now Gimmick one-on-one with Squishy and returns the favor from earlier in the series.
There you go. Gimmick off these kickoffs. You can see Justin in a tough spot, just trying to slow down Gimmick, but Gimmick is perfectly fine with the slow play. 2 back-to-back goals for version 1 is exactly what they need to shake off that last game.
Gimmick, a former North American MVP, of course, the same season where that legendary Cloud9 roster won their only world championship. Still got a little bit of that magic. Squishy has that well out to Garrett G. Now Torment looking for Calm. Instead, it's Garrett and Justin. Deadly duo. It's Justin that takes over, ties the game.
He just leaves it for him. Garrett on the back while he thinks about it. Do I need to? No, it's Justin. I'm out. And just leaves.
Impossible. Impossible to defend for Gimmick. Well, how about a shootout in what could be the final game of this semi? Calm, what else do you have up your sleeve now if you're version 1? Torment can't go up for this ball, so he's got to rush back. Garrett G, no way. It's on target, and Gimmick saved it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you have to defend those. They will read that ball. Squishy, follow up, good block from Torment. Able to keep this one still 2-2. And we've already had a slew of goals within the first minute of this game. Still plenty of action, plenty of goals to be scored, and Justin adds up to the total.
It is clinical when NRG is firing like this. Garrett right out to Justin, similar to an early goal in the first game. 3-2. The general NRG back in front over version 1. What next? Could be Garrett G next. Justin lurking, and important for Gimmick, not just to make the save, but not let that ball skip out to the mid.
This has definitely been a good game for Gimmick. He's looking for a bump on Garrett there too. That would have been a V1 goal. He connects on that. But Garrett G able to slow things down. Seeing Gimmick step up here has helped out a lot for version 1. They've had almost a star player, so to speak, every game here. Torment, some points, Calm, and now Gimmick here. But they need, if everybody is on that same page, then, I mean, this team is just elevated to new heights. They'll need some of that magic here if they want to strike back and at least tie up. There's a good bump from Calm. He's setting up a lane. Garrett G able to make the save, and no one there to meet the follow-up, just gets cleared away.
How did Garrett keep that out? After the bump, you thought, okay, easily, V1's going to get this through. They do not, and now almost a 2-goal swing, but Squishy couldn't quite get there. Gimmick beaten out by Garrett, but that means he's still downfield. That's an option for Calm. Torment coming on, and Gimmick could not center. Gimmick had been having his best game of the series so far, and that one's going to leave a sour taste in his mouth as NRG brings it right back to the V1 half. Demolition on Calm calls Torment into action, and he's up to the task.
Nice wave dash. That physical play, you can tell Version1 wants to look for those so much, but again, NRG are used to playing at the demo game. That's a solid shot, made Garrett G work for the save as he picks up his 3rd one of the game. Things have just not been going the way for V1 on offense so far, as they still fight to hold on to possession.
Oh, Garrett G and Justin both up. That leaves Squishy the lone attacker. And another stop by Gimmick. A lesser team would have got beaten out on a counterattack after that double commit, but not NRG. It's just another drive at the V1 net as they still have not let him off the hook. Garrett G got a piece of this as well. That leaves Squishy to play it a little further back. Not where he was intending to play it. Torment now. What's he got? He's got Calm, and Justin makes the stop. Free reign to the open net, but V1 catches up just barely, and V1 finds a way to stop NRG. And again, I'll say a lesser team gets scored on, but not this time.
Yeah, these double commits just uncharacteristic. You're seeing a lot of Justin and Garrett just collide with each other. And like you mean, other teams easy counterattack, but NRG hold on, and things look really solid from them. Final minute, can they keep this a 1-goal game and close out the series?
Justin didn't get contact. Garrett G gets bumped. V1 had been all the way back, and Torment just flips this one. Now Garrett G over 1, but not quite through Calm. It does end up on the V1 half, though. More time wasted by NRG as they try to close out this series, a series they have absolutely had to work for. Torment gonna give way to Calm. Boy, Calm, I think, might be trying to do a little too much there. We'll see. Gimmick with 24 to go. Look at the center. Can't get there. Can Torment beat Squishy? Yes, but it goes right to Justin. And again, ball on the blue half. V1 left scrambling to try and get any offense going again. Calm trying to close here. Torment can't get there. 6 seconds left. NRG clears it downfield. One last gasp for Version1 as Calm will get it to the wall and at least keeps this alive. They've got a chance, but they can't get there. Squishy downs it against his former teammates, and NRG survives an encounter with Version1.
And NRG, with that win, will go to the grand finals of the first North American Open